Look around you. Why do some people remain invisible in the shadows, while others command crowds who are willing to follow them to the end of the world? You have been conditioned to believe that charisma is a magical, innate gift, an aura of leadership granted only to the chosen few. This is a massive lie. Charisma is not a gift. It is a cold, mathematically precise algorithm of psychological hacking. Today, we deconstruct the architecture of devotion. From ideological dictators to modern corporate gurus, the mechanism is exactly the same. Step 1 of building a cult: the love bombing. A true architect of power never forces you to follow them initially. They seduce you. They scan the crowd for people who feel lost, unrecognized, or insecure. And then, they give you exactly what your ego is starving for: absolute validation. They look at you and make you feel like you are the only person in the room. They convince you that you are part of a special, elite group that finally understands the truth. This creates a massive dopamine spike. You become addicted to their presence. But once you are hooked on this validation, the architect flips the script. Step 2. The creation of the devil. A cult of personality cannot exist in a vacuum. It requires a common enemy. Nothing unites a group of people faster and tighter than shared hatred or shared fear. The architect will invent a threat. It could be a competing company, the government, or a specific social group. They paint the world in strict black and white. It is us versus them. The outside world is portrayed as corrupt, dangerous, and ignorant. And the architect positions themselves as the only shield protecting you from this danger. Through this fear, the leader stops being just a person. They become a savior. Step 3. The severing of ties. To maintain total control, the architect must isolate you from external reality. Friends and family who question the leader are labeled as toxic or brainwashed by the enemy. You are subtly encouraged to cut them off. The leader wants to be your only source of truth. This is gaslighting on a mass scale. If reality contradicts the leader, reality is wrong. You are locked in an echo chamber where every voice you hear only amplifies the leader's brilliance. Your critical thinking is slowly dismantled and replaced by their ideology. Step 4. The ritual of sacrifice. Why do people stay in toxic corporate cultures or destructive ideological cults even when they suffer? Because of the sunk cost fallacy. The architect will demand sacrifices from you. Unpaid overtime, financial donations, or absolute loyalty. The more time, energy, and dignity you give them, the harder it becomes to leave. Because walking away means admitting to yourself that you were fooled. Your ego won't allow that. So your brain justifies the abuse as a necessary test of your loyalty. You become the perfect self-policing pawn. Those on the outside see a tyrant, but you only see a visionary. How do you break this spell? The only way to defeat shadow charisma is to recognize the mathematical pattern. When someone makes you feel incredibly special, while simultaneously demanding you hate their enemies, you are not being chosen. You're being programmed. True power does not require blind devotion. It welcomes skepticism. A real leader creates other leaders. An architect of control only creates followers. Take back your mind. Cut the golden strings. Learn to see the matrix of human behavior. Subscribe to Architect of Power, and remember, never surrender your critical thinking. Not to anyone.